Images like these speak volumes. Call it a showcase for military readiness, from jet fighters to naval combat ships. Despite a global pandemic, Abu Dhabi chose to greenlight Aydex, a major international defense exhibition, giving a clear signal from the top brass in the Gulf state that security never sleeps.
It's based on a radar which will detect the drone.
Hensoldt is a Munich-based defense electronics group, showcasing a new counter-drone system.
Security cannot rest. Each and every country has to ensure the safety of its inhabitants. And the UAE has 80% of expats, and they're showing how much they're concerned to keep peace within the region and especially in the country.
Under strict COVID testing protocols, 900 exhibitors and thousands of participants have turned out for the biennial event. And for good reason. The Middle East is filled with trouble spots. A Saudi-led 6-year bombing campaign in Yemen, Houthi rebel drone attacks on oil facilities in Saudi Arabia, ongoing tensions with regional rival Iran, and internal strife in Libya. As a result, military outlays remain high in this region, over $100 billion a year. And that's despite the fact we saw a collapse in oil prices during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Saudi Arabia ranks 5th in the world in defense spending as a percentage of GDP. The UAE spends more than double the international average. And that does not include a $23 billion contract for a fleet of Lockheed Martin's F-35 jet fighter, signed in the last days of the Trump administration, but placed on temporary hold by U.S. President Joe Biden. While it's the physical hardware that usually garners attention at a program like this, for example, an armed robotic vehicle, equal billing's being given to the software to support a defense electronic shield. That is to protect the critical infrastructure, like pipelines, refineries, and ports. Suhail Al-Mazrui is the UAE Minister of Energy and Infrastructure.
When you talk about the future, now the attacks happens remotely sometimes, and the effect is as if it's physical to the infrastructure. We have seen it done in many parts around the world.
This event gives the appearance of being a contractor's ball, with global defense giants serving major clients in the region. But there is also a strategic shift underway, started by the UAE. Tariq Al-Hosseini is chief executive of Abu Dhabi's Tawazun Economic Council, a government entity that is supporting the development of a full range of defense technologies, from artificial intelligence to cybersecurity.
UAE wants to have more indigenous capabilities. It creates balance between allies when you can share technology, not always take and ask for technologies. Our military have very unique, specific requirements that sometimes you cannot find it in the market, so we have to develop our own.
This region has a small population, less than 60 million people. It punches above its weight in defense spending. Now it's out to do the same with its own military know-how. John Deftarius, CNN, Abu Dhabi.